Hello folks, and welcome to another exciting episode of Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV. This week we're going to the Santee Cooper Lakes area. We're going to be fishing on the Diversionary Canal and also on Lake Moultrie with my two fishing compadres, field staff member Larry Starnes and business associate Larry Curtis. We hope we're going to be loading the boat with catfish this week, so stick around and don't go away. We'll be right back after a few brief messages. This portion of Carolina Outdoor Magazine is brought to you by Camelback Hydration Packs that provide hydration for any adventure, and by Carolina Outdoor Hunting and Fishing Supply, makers of quality-made game calls and deer scents, and also by Outdoor Quest Expedition. You know, every spring, about March, April, May, I look forward to heading south to the Santee Cooper Lakes area, down around Cross, South Carolina, Santee, South Carolina. Any of you folks have ever fished the Santee Cooper Lakes area, it's made up of two lakes basically. The upper lake, which is Lake Marion, and then the Congaree River flows into it, and the Catawba River from up in North Carolina flows into Lake Marion. And then you have the lower lake, which is Lake Moultrie, which is really my favorite lake. And in between them lakes, you have a 7-mile diversionary canal, and they're always pulling water from the upper lake down to the lower lake and going out the Cooper River down at the dam in Monk's Corner, or down at the rediversionary canal, which goes into the Santee River. Now these lakes really start getting active sometime around April. You've got fantastic catfishing down there. You've got real slab-sized crappies down there in Santee Cooper Lakes, and you also got great shell cracker and brim fishing. So if you ever get the opportunity to go down there, you need to do it, folks. Now, our trip started out about 5 o'clock that morning, and I had the opportunity to go down with my business associate Larry Curtis, and also family member and pro staff member Larry Starnes. And you know, we put the boat in about 5:30 that morning, had our breakfast and put the boat in and headed on out. We're staying down there at Black's Camp, and at Black's Camp there's about a quarter-mile canal which goes out into the diversionary canal, and then you go left or right, whatever, go up whatever lake you want to go to. Well, about halfway out, being the guide and the captain that I am, I decided to check in the boat and lift the hood up and make sure everything was okay in the motor compartment. And when I did, I noticed, I says, something's wrong. We got a half a boat full of water. Well, anyways, folks, I told the guys, and we decided we better head back in and see what the issues are and try to resolve the problem so we get back out fishing. We got back in, Larry went and got the truck, we pulled the boat out, and I had the plug in. I want you to know, I did have the plug in, but I had it in the wrong hole. I had the plug in the bait tank hole. So I was sure that no water was going to get in the bait tank. That's one thing for sure. But boy, there was plenty of water in the boat. We probably had about a half a boat full of water. So after pulling the boat out and waiting for a half hour, we put it back in, loaded up, and headed on out. Turned and went out in the lake, and it was a cloudy day. Actually, I like it down there when it's kind of cloudy and a little bit of wind blowing. You get a little bit of turbulence on the water, a little bit of chop. For some reason, the catfishing just seems to work better for me. We fished out there probably until about 1 o'clock. We got a lot of strikes. We boated a few fish, but they just weren't doing what we wanted them to do. We're throwing herring, and I didn't have any optional bait on the boat. And if you've watched a lot of our shows, that's one thing that I do recommend, is that when you go out fishing, whether it's crappie fishing, bass fishing, I don't care what it is, you have an optional bait on the boat. Because, you know, the week before or the day before you went out fishing, them fish might have been on jigs, they might have been on something else, minnows, but if you didn't have an optional bait, like if you were throwing jigs the day before and loading up the boat with fish, and the day after they weren't biting, they may have changed, and they may be on a live bait technique. So always make sure you have an optional technique and an optional bait. Well, after fishing out there in the lake, we're getting close to lunchtime. We decided we'll go back in and have lunch, and we'll go ahead and we'll try to find some dip baits, which is another one of my favorites, especially for river fishing. We'll try to find them some dip bait, and we'll go ahead and we'll set up in the the diversionary canal. Now, it takes so many metric tons of water coming in that diversionary canal, coming down to the lower lake, to make the fish active. The more water you got coming down that diversionary canal, the more the fish become active, and as it slows down, so doesn't the fishing. So that was going to be our plan after lunch. We're going to go ahead now and we're going to take you to the footage of us fishing out on the lake, and then later on after that, we'll see how well we did on the diversionary canal. All the little ones, we'll give all the little ones, but we'll really take them.
He's got it all planned out.
Yeah, sure.
That man. All right, yeehaw! First fish. Put him right here in the middle. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this rod. I'm going to go over the top of it. Slow down. There you go. That's how you do that. Now, keep it clear, and you'll be able to bring it in on this side of the boat, all right? Had that one out quite a ways, didn't we?
That's because, well,
Larry, you watch some other rods because you could get another hit right off. There you go, Larry. Or he might, wait a minute. It might be this one caught in the line, okay?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Just bring him in over here. That's right. You got it. Don't worry about the line. That didn't work out the way it was planned. Good one, ain't it?
Everything to reel on.
All right, just hold on. Just tighten up when you do that.
Yeah.
Just tighten up the drag.
Yeah.
You got a good fish, man. Don't lose him. Larry, can you hold that net over there for me? Be careful. Be careful. I'm just going to try to. Larry, you just do what you're doing, Larry. If he should get that thing close enough, you go ahead and net it. There you go. Channel cat. All right. You get him, Larry? Got it. He's in the net. All right. Just hold on. You hold on to the net. I'm going to grab the fish. All right. There he is.
Yeah, that's the kind of fish we're looking for.
That's a nice one, too.
Yeah.
I think he'll have to go in the cooler.
Yep.
Hook out of him. Hold on. All right, got him. All right, John, you wanted the fish to bring for us to bring home. There he is. All right.
Good three.
Go over the top of him. Over the top. You know, you go down over the bottom, Larry, and the other one goes over the top.
yeah. Okay.
Now let's get the net in here ready. The line after all.
That's all right.
Ain't no problem. Another good. All right. See if we can untangle some line here. Looks like we might have. We got more than one.
Yep. All right. Hold on there. Good fish. I'll get the net. Got it?
Yeah,
you got it? All right. Well, Larry. You finally got one in the boat, Larry. Finally got one in the boat.
Good fish, good fish.
Yeah, here. Just put that little rod over there on that rod holder to it. There you go. Just get it out of the way, and I'll bring him over here because Larry's right here. Oh, he ain't that good, but that's all right. We'll take him, right?
We'll take him. It's fish.
I won't even tangle up the net, Larry.
Okay.
Good one.
Oh, he's got that hook good. I think he's going to take the hook with him because
He's down in there sometimes.
yeah, he's got it in there pretty good. All right. Well, changing to the deeper waters, what's helped out a bunch.
Yeah, that's pretty fish.
That's a John fish. He said to bring him home that size, so we're going to.
Yeah.
That
We get them off that Alaskan. So.
And you saw what rod that was on, right?
Yeah. We want to cut some of the.
Yeah, let's try it. Why this out? Let's try it. We're trying a variety of herring and white perch. Don't really know yet what they're biting on, but we're going to find out for the day's over. That's for sure. All right, folks, the fish weren't quite jumping in the boat like we expected they were going to today on the lake. We're going to take a short break. Then we're going to head on up to the diversionary canal, see if we can't get on a few more catfish there. So stick around, there's much more to come, and I guarantee you we're going to boat a few more fish before this show's over with today. We'll be right back.
This segment of Outdoor Sportsman's Television is brought to you by Linux of Kannapolis and Charlotte, South Park Medical Clinic, and also by Wilson Creek Outfitters.
All right, well, as you can see, we had a pretty good time on the lake. We boated a few fish, we got a lot of bites, but we just weren't getting the quality fish or the numbers of fish that we wanted to boat. So after eating lunch, we went ahead and went back out on the diversionary canal and started using dip bait. Now, if you pay close attention, folks, you're going to see that some of the rods didn't have any bites or didn't boat any fish whatsoever, and them were the rods that had the herring. The fish just weren't on herring to that day, but boy, they sure love that dip bait. Now, we had a pretty good afternoon. We ended up boating somewhere around 14 to 16 catfish. Now, that wasn't a lot of catfish, and they weren't big catfish. We were just glad to catch what we did. We were glad that we were able to find out the technique and find out what the fish wanted to be able to boat a few fish that day. We had a great time. So let's go ahead and get back to the rest of our fishing trip on the Santee Cooper Lakes and across South Carolina. Huh? Might have been just settling. There'll be another one in there, and a lot of times with this, what they'll do is they'll just peck away at it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta wait for them to load the rod.
Well, that's what I done. I was letting him
Yeah.
camp it.
Yeah.
And then when he started taking it down, that's when I tried to set it.
Sometimes they're just feeling of it, tasting. That's all they're doing. But that's good. That tells me that over there in that shallow water, there's going to be some catfish all the way up through here. We're going to fish here 15, 20 minutes. We're going to move up about 30, 40 feet, do the same thing all the way up. And then when we're done here, we're going to go across. We're going to do the same thing over there. We'll end up probably catching a bunch of fish. If nothing happens on these three, I'm going to change them over real quick. Steve, you got him. Don't give him any slack. Got him? Reel. Reel, Larry, reel.
It acts like it's getting a little wide.
You got a net for him, Larry?
That's small.
All right. Larry's got him another one.
Yeah, this is not quite as big, just a good eating size catfish for John.
You get him? There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to tangle up the net for that, Larry, huh? We'll keep him. Them guys want him, we'll keep him. Get it out of there.
Trying to get, he bit down on the hurricane.
Right. Okay.
Three hits on the stink bait compared to 0 on the other side.
So what have we learned?
Stink bait's doing its thing.
Stink bait is, you know, here's the thing I always try to tell people. Crappie fishermen, a lot of them, they'll go out and they won't take nothing but minnows.
Yeah. You got to take jigs, anything you
I mean,
can,
or
see
take,
what they
take
hit.
minnows and jigs, because on any given day the fish aren't going to hit just on jigs. They may
right.
you throw a minnow out there and you can load the boat.
Yeah.
And it just depends on what they want on a certain day. We've been using herring.
There you go, Larry. He's picking.
There he is, Larry. Herring and white perch. And we haven't been getting many hits at all. We've caught a few fish on herring and white perch. But we switched over to stink bait. And by doing that,
Just let him
we've got
take it
3
good.
hits, and we've 3 hits in what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Got him?
Oh, yeah, I got him.
Hold on to him. Good fish. He's underneath all the rods. You're good. You're going to have to... That's a good one right there. That's going to be the best one of the day, I believe. Might be the current. Keep him out of the prop. Keep him out of the prop. Get that rod over the boat.
There you go. Now bring him.
Now you got him. Just keep fighting him. Don't let him have any slack. Oh yeah. That's a little bit better. I put it in that one's, Mo.
Yeah. Thanks, Larry.
Well, you sound like you wore out.
No. Right.
Oh.
Up against this here. I was up against that.
All right. Way to go. You get him, Larry? Here, hand me the net. If you can get him, hand me the net. It's all right. Let him stay on the floor from there. All right, Larry. Way to go.
Yeah. You want me to put him in there?
Yeah, put him in there for me, would you? Good show. All right. Let's see if the hooks, make sure the hooks aren't bent. We'll try that again. All right.
Bring him over here to me, Larry. I'm going to go back to you as close as I can get. Just keep it winding.
Come on, Larry, don't let him whip you. Oh, look at that.
Bring him on in here.
All right.
Got on that other line.
Yep.
It's all right. Hold on. One thing for sure, every time Larry gets the rod in his hand, he's catching one pretty good.
Yeah.
You know? Have to give him that. Boy, you'd have lassoed him if we didn't catch him on this rod. We caught him on the other. We got him on the other
He's
rod.
all wrapped up, isn't he?
Let's see. That's.
What is this? Is this a, yeah, this
Wait a
is a
minute.
tubie.
Wait a minute.
Let me switch hands because I can't see what's going on down in here. All right, well, Larry gets another one there, everybody. Nice fish. Larry,
Yeah.
if you put him in the tank there, I want to explain to the folks exactly what we're doing. You got him?
Got him.
Don't lose him. We worked too hard for that
I
fish.
got him.
I want to explain to you folks just a little bit about what we've been doing here today. Now, if you were watching earlier, we started off out in the lake, and every fish we caught out there, we had to work really hard for them, and they weren't in one place. They were kind of, you know, in 20 feet of water, and then we might find some in 30 feet of water. Then just a little bit after lunch, they just shut right off. So we come in and took a break for lunch, and while we were doing that, we decided, look, let's change our tactics, and instead of using live bait, fresh cut bait, let's go ahead and start using a stink bait. So this afternoon what we've been doing is we've been throwing a stink bait out here on these tubies, and I'll show you a little bit later on how you do this. And it seems like the stink bait, if we're going to catch any fish this evening at all, it's going to be on the stink bait, because we still have on these rods out here cut herring, but this here is the only thing that we're catching. We're catching any fish on right here is these tubies with the stink bait.
He's on there, isn't he?
Larry's hung another one, everybody.
He's in it.
Don't worry about it.
And this white one.
Yeah, I think he just came out of it. A little bit better fish, about the same size as the other one Larry got.
This one feels bigger.
Is that pole gonna be in your way?
Getting close, boy. Getting close. Pretty good one, isn't it? Pretty good fish, isn't it?
Yeah, this one is.
Huh? What are you huffing and puffing for? You act like you're been smoking cigars. Oh, look at that. Hey, Larry. Yeah, he's coming in, I think. Look at your spool, Larry, and see if it's coming. It's whining. It's whining. Crank him up and reel down. Crank him up and reel down. Pull up, reel down. That's a go. There you go. There you go. Them channel casts in this current, it's just that they're fighting so much harder.
Okay. It's in the net.
Right. Another one. Boy, that dip bait's working really good.
Sure is.
It is that.
I'll get you out of there in a minute. You just hold still. Trouble is the treble hooks. You gotta watch out because boy, they'll get you. There we go. Some of the guys, they are the pro staff guys, and other guys at home wanted us to bring some fish. It looks like we're going to have a few for them.
Yeah.
All right, go put them in the cooler, Larry, and I'll get baited back up. The dip bait we're using, it's really a system. And I think some of you have seen us fish with the Juni's Cat Tracker dip bait before. And it's just a paste bait. And all you do is you take what they have they call here is a tubie, and you got to make sure that's dry. And the one way you do that is what I do is I'll just crank it up here on the reel, get it to the end of the rod, and just swing it around out there and dry that tubie off, because it won't stick very good if you don't. And once you get it dried off, let a little line out and take your tubie, put it down on that dip bait, and just pack that thing full of that dip bait. Some folks call it stink bait, some folks call it dip bait, but as you can see, it's working really good for us today. And you just pack that inside that tubie, and it'll stay on there for quite a while. But one of the tricks of making it stay on is before you cast, you dunk it in the water, and what that does, it activates the plasma in there, and it'll help it stay on better. So we'll get it out there and see if we can't put it out in my secret spot and see if we can't get another fish, guys.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
This is my brother Larry and my other brother Larry. So now this Larry already caught one. This Larry's going to catch one next. Fish are getting real active right now. I just threw this bait out, and it hadn't been out there very long. Larry's already got the rod.
There you go, Larry.
Get him, Larry. Get him. Come on, Larry. Get him. Come on, Larry. Get him. Get him, Larry. That fish that big, you can't get the rod out of the rod holder. All right, hold on. All right, hold on. Come over. I'm gonna wind this one in. I'm gonna tell you why, Larry, because hold on. Coming up. I don't know if it's that big, Larry, or if it's just because these fish are fighting in this current all the time. So they're a little bit stronger because there's a lot of current coming down through here. And it makes these 5-pound fish feel like 15-pounders. There, now you're free. There's no fishing lines in your way. And this goes back to what I say all the time, folks. Don't go out with just one bait. Don't go out with, if we had just used herring like we did this morning, we still wouldn't have as many fish as we have now. We decided to switch over to stink bait or dip bait, and this is what's happening now. We're starting to get a lot of hits.
Now they're good.
They're all the same size.
Yeah.
Huh?
In the net.
Right. In the net. Hold on, in the net.
God. Where's your arm out? We're having a good time.
You catching a few fish, Larry?
Yes.
Hold on, I'll get you. Go. And these are all channel cats right now. Yeah. So we got another fish, another fish.
Get that, Larry. One to duel. We got it.
Got doubles, we got doubles. All right, Larry's going to be a bigger fish though.
Yep.
Hand me, if you want, hand me the pole, see if you can. Got him? Larry's getting one wound in. The other Larry, he's got one in the boat. Hold on now, Larry, you're going to have to kind of.
Oh man, oh.
Just throw him on the ground. We'll get him in a minute.
Here, let me.
Just let him hit the floor. Well, we got our first doubles. Easy. Get him out of the prop. We just moved the boat to a better area. And once again, Larry Curtis hangs another one. Now we got two fish in the boat. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Way to go. Way to go. Way to go. Five the cameraman. Five the cameraman. Yeah.
Both of them swallowed to the gills. It might be our last getting these out.
Uh-oh. All right. I'll give you a hand. Got him? Here, I got him in my hand. The easiest for you to look. Look at the fish in there. Oh my, we may not have to even keep any fish tomorrow, guys. Now what do we do? Okay, folks, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV. We didn't catch a lot of fish today. We probably boated, I think, somewhere between 15, 16, 17 fish, but they were good quality fish. We had a couple of guys that wanted us to bring some home to them. We did. They were happy. I mean, we caught just some really good sized fish that you would bring home. Nothing big on this trip, but maybe next trip we will. But I hope you enjoyed today's show as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Like always, I'm Jim Carr from Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV, and for all the guys on Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV, we'll catch you somewhere next week in the great outdoors when we do it all again.